At my cousin's engagement party, I raised my glass and said, "Glad to be part of this." My aunt quickly replied, "You weren't. We added you last minute." Then my sister leaned over and whispered, "Try not to ruin it like you always do." I just smiled, stood up, picked up my $5,000 gift, and left. Outside, I canceled the credit card I had put down for the venue. 20 minutes later, the music stopped, the lights went out, and my phone blew up with over 130 missed calls. My aunt spoke like it was no big deal, as if I hadn't just spent a huge amount of money on a gift. She toasted her husband and acted like I didn't even exist. I stayed quiet and smiled. My sister didn't hesitate either. With a little smirk, she made her usual dig at me, but quiet enough that only I could hear it. Everything at the party looked perfect: fancy glasses, soft lighting, expensive clothes, and elegant food, but under all that shine were fake smiles and sharp words aimed at the family member they saw as the weakest, me. Danielle, my cousin, looked beautiful in her white dress, standing next to her fiancé Darren. They looked like a picture-perfect couple, like the kind who never struggled through crappy jobs in their 20s. Danielle had always been nice, but just on the surface. She'd thank me when she borrowed money, but never brought it up again. I came to the party truly happy for her. When I made my toast and said, "Glad to be part of this," I meant it, but after the comments from my aunt and sister, I stood there smiling like I hadn't just been completely disrespected, like years of helping and giving hadn't just been erased. I stepped back. Then again, nobody noticed. They were too busy taking perfect photos and posting #FamilyFirst online. I was never really part of it, just always on the outside, helping behind the scenes. That's when I made my move. I picked up my expensive gift, wrapped with designer ribbon and everything, and walked out without saying a word. Outside in the cold, I pulled out my phone and canceled the credit card I'd used to reserve the venue. I had helped after my uncle's card got flagged. Now, they'd feel it. 20 minutes later, the party came to a halt, lights out, music off, and my phone exploded with missed calls. My mom was the first to call. "Sweetheart, there's been some kind of mistake with the card." I hung up before she could finish. More calls came in, from Danielle's fiancé, the venue staff, my cousin Mark, even Uncle Theo. All of a sudden, I mattered. At first, their messages were confused, then panicked, then angry. "What's wrong with you? You're ruining someone's big night. You're so unstable." Now I was the crazy one. They forgot who actually paid for the party, forgot who had helped them again and again. To them, I wasn't family, I was just useful. But I had proof, real receipts. An hour later, the venue emailed me. "Payment failed. Please provide a valid card or the event will be cancelled." I didn't answer. I opened my laptop. In a folder called Family Charade, I had years of screenshots and records. $1,500 for Emma's dental work. $3,200 to my dad for a bad investment. $500 a month to my aunt while she waited for her disability check. Even Danielle's ring, bought with a loan from me. No one ever paid me back, no one ever thanked me, but they were always quick to ask for help, and quicker to forget. The saddest part? I let them. I helped them throw parties, pay for things, clean up their messes. I even trusted my sister Emma with my emergency credit card, and a year later, she spent $9,000 on a spa trip. When I confronted her, she cried and said I'd be a monster for making her pay it back, so I didn't. And tonight, she still told me not to ruin it. I never ruined anything, I just paid for it. But the final blow came the next morning. Aunt Sandra posted a group photo from the party: Danielle, Darren, everyone smiling, with a caption: "Thank you to everyone who helped make last night possible. True family shows up." I wasn't tagged, I wasn't mentioned, but the comments said it all. Emma, "Good thing we handled everything ourselves. Can't rely on chaos." Mark, "F that guy, just feeds off drama." Sandra, "Last-minute guests always ruin the vibe." They were definitely talking about me. No confusion there. They didn't see what was coming, because I had been quietly saving everything. One time, Emma borrowed my laptop and forgot to log out of her email. I didn't look through it at first, but a couple weeks later, I got an alert someone tried to use my PayPal. When I checked, her name was saved in the autofill, so I looked. There was a draft email, never sent, titled, "Backup Plan If He Freaks Out." It listed all the party costs. Venue, $17,000, paid by me. Cake, flowers, music, all charged to my card. At the bottom, Emma had written, "If he tries to back out, we'll say it was his idea." Make it seem like a surprise. No one will blame us. That email was from 3 weeks before the party. They had a plan in case I stopped playing along. Well, I finally did. And now I had proof, but I didn't share it, yet. Then I found a voice recording on an old phone I'd loaned Emma. It was labeled "He's losing it." When I played it, I heard my own voice, cut and edited to make it sound like I was yelling and unstable. It was fake. They were setting up a story that I was dangerous, so they could use my money and still play the victims. This wasn't just mean, it was planned out ahead of time. That night, I sent one email with no subject line. You might want to talk to your daughter before the video goes public. I sent it to Aunt Sandra, Uncle Theo, and Danielle, then I waited. 20 minutes later, 19 missed calls. I didn't answer. I was already working on the video. They rescheduled the engagement brunch for the next Saturday. Same venue, different credit card. They didn't invite me. I RSVP'd anyway. I still had access to the event system. I still had a voice. I arrived 15 minutes before the toast, wearing a black blazer, calm and ready. I had one goal, to show the truth. They saw me and froze. Emma dropped her drink. Sandra looked shocked. Danielle looked nervous. Darren looked confused. Perfect. The event planner walked over. Here to drop something off? No, I smiled. I'm here to add something to the playlist. She gave me a look but nodded. 10 minutes later, as Danielle started her toast, the big screen behind her lit up. Let's hear from the family, I said loudly. Everyone turned to look. The video began, screenshots of money transfers, Venmo, bank apps, showing all the times I paid their bills. $500 here, $2,000 there. Notes like Emma's dentist, Danielle's venue deposit. The room went quiet. Then came the audio clips. Emma, if he freaks out, we'll say it was his idea. People believe him when he looks desperate. Sandra, well, he owes us. He wouldn't even have that job if it weren't for us. Danielle, he'll probably bring some dumb gift thinking it means something. Then a short video of me quietly taking back my gift from the first party. The screen went black. Then this message appeared. This is what happens when you treat someone as useful, until they stop staying silent. I turned around. Emma looked furious. Her hands shook. She looked like she wanted to scream. You're ruining everything, she yelled. This was supposed to be my day. It still is, I said calmly. You're just not the star anymore. Danielle didn't say a word. Darren looked at me. Wait, this is true. I held out a flash drive. Ask Emma about her draft email, the one called backup plan. Emma tried to grab it, but I gave it to Darren. Look for yourself. I'm not here to fight. I'm here to finish it. Then my mom showed up. Her hair was perfect, but her voice was shaky. Please, can we talk in private? I looked at her smudged mascara. I don't owe you anything. Not money, not silence. Then my dad came over. He always said engagements were silly, but now he was mad. You're a disgrace, he whispered. You embarrassed your family. I stared at him. You embarrassed me for years. I just showed the replay. The whole room felt like it cracked. Some people left, others just stared. Some started filming. Good. Danielle tried to fix things. Maybe there were misunderstandings, but this isn't the place. I pulled out the ring box, the $5,000 gift. This yours? I asked. She nodded. I closed it and put it in my pocket. You'll get it back when I get back everything I gave this family, which is never. Enjoy the message behind it. Emma screamed. You're just a jealous leech with a god complex. Then another voice spoke up. Funny, it said. He's the only one who actually paid for anything. We turned to see Carter, Emma's ex. Looks like I wasn't the only one she used. I have proof too. He handed me an envelope, screenshots, messages, voice recordings. She had done the same thing to him. I filed a report last year, never submitted it. I will now. Emma stepped back. You're ruining everything. I said, you already did. I'm just clearing the smoke. Then I walked out, no drama. Just me and Carter leaving behind their fake family image. That was the last time I saw them. From what I heard, nobody saw that family the same way again. Silence after a storm isn't calm, it's people checking if they survived it. 2 days later, my phone was blowing up, over 130 missed calls. Facebook turned into a war zone. Relatives I hadn't talked to in years suddenly had strong opinions. I said nothing. That was the plan, I was busy. On Monday, I registered last-minute guest. LLC, the same insult my aunt used. If I wasn't part of their story, I'd make my own, and sell tickets. Within a week, I had a website. a YouTube channel, and a viral video. What happens when the family ATM shuts down? Another one, how to be uninvited and still own the room, hit 75,000 subscribers in 10 days. People wrote to me, "You're telling my story. They did this to me too. Thank you." I wasn't angry, I was building something. Then came the merch, hoodies, mugs, phone cases, bestseller, a hoodie that said, "Glad to be part of this," with tiny red writing at the bottom, until I read the receipts, sold out fast. And the best part? Actually, no. The best part was still coming, from Darren, Danielle's ex-fiancé. He messaged, "Can we talk, just us?" I assumed it was a threat or a warning. Instead, he arrived, no ring, hollow eyes. "You were right," he said, "I called off the wedding, but you need to see this." He showed me a secret video Granny had recorded, Emma and Aunt Sandra plotting how to frame me as unstable, splicing clips to make me look suicidal. I froze. He handed me the ring I'd bought. "This belongs to someone with integrity, not her." I didn't thank him. I just nodded, knowing what came next. The following day, I met a real attorney. "We have a case, defamation, emotional damages, financial manipulation," he said. "We're not starting in court," I replied. "First, we go public." So I posted a 3-part docuseries, Calm, Chronological, Surgical. Episode 3 hit 1.2 million views. A week later, I signed a memoir contract, last-minute guest, how I burned a family myth and built myself from ash. Then came a letter, handwritten, no return address, no subject. Silence is also a decision. I didn't reply. I didn't forgive. Instead, I rewrote my final video's outro with those words. Today, I sit in my new office, a co-working studio and mentorship hub for people estranged from toxic families. Above the door, but never again. 3 months to prove I wasn't coming back. No apologies. No peace talks. They wanted me to cave. I didn't. I expanded last-minute guest into a platform, a podcast, When Loyalty Becomes Servitude, top 10 on Apple in 2 days. A Denver co-working space with a plaque that reads, "Here, we don't apologize for skipping Thanksgiving." Messages still came. Danielle emailed her version. Aunt Sandra sent a crying selfie. Family shouldn't go viral, they should heal. Emma even created a burner TikTok, until someone caught her forging DMs. It blew up for a minute. Then she deleted it. The real quake came on a Wednesday. My assistant said, "Your dad's here, with your mom and a PR rep. They came to demand I take everything down. Our family memoir," they said, "your name's in the book deal." I smiled. "There it is." He sneered, "You destroyed our legacy." I replied, "I showed everyone what your legacy really was." He stepped closer. "You always needed us more than we needed you, don't forget that." I laughed. "I don't need to forget, I documented it." Then I pulled out a small silver key. "You remember that house in the mountains? I bought the land behind it, 2 acres. I built a fence." He gasped, "That's illegal." "Actually," I said, "it's a private easement. I'm within my rights." And I installed a gate. They were speechless. My mother, trembling, asked, "Do you really want to burn the family down?" I looked at her and said, "No, I just want to stop pretending the fire was warmth." Then I walked back inside. The next day, I placed a full-page ad in the Sunday paper, plain black text on white. "To the people who taught me silence was safer than truth, thank you. You made me resilient. You made me relentless. You made me a ghost in your story." It became a bestseller, the one who turned off the lights and locked the door behind him. Last week, I changed my number. Taped a sharp scrawled card to my office wall. "In case of emergency, don't call me, I'm not family anymore." Finally, I donated $10,000 to a scholarship for kids estranged from toxic families, under a name that now fully belongs to me. Last-minute guest. Because sometimes, the person they almost didn't invite, is the one who wins the whole thing.